everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Law and Lifestyle with Chelsea. How are you guys doing? As you can see from today's title, we are going to be talking about how to make your LinkedIn profile stand out. Don't let COVID and the pandemic discourage you from thinking that you can find a job. There are plenty of ways to professionally improve upon yourself and to open up more job opportunities for you. One key way is through LinkedIn. For those of you who don't know, LinkedIn is an online professional network that helps you connect to employers, recruiters, and companies. And as of right now, it is projected that there are over 6 million users of LinkedIn. So if you don't already have a LinkedIn, or if you have a LinkedIn and you're looking for ways to make yours stand out, this video is right for you. Today, we're going to be talking about 10 key tips to help your LinkedIn profile stand out. The first important tip is to know your audience. Know the industry that you want to get into and research how their professionals market themselves online. I always say professionalism is subjective. Depending on which industry you're in, there might be different norms and different values that could be accepted in one industry that is looked down upon in another. So all the advice that I'm giving you guys today is based on general ideas of professionalism, but I encourage you guys to go in depth into researching about professionals in your industry and how they advertise themselves on LinkedIn. One way to research how professionals in your industry advertise themselves on LinkedIn is to do a quick search of a company that you want to work for and find professionals in that industry and look at what they're putting on their profile, the kinds of things that they're highlighting on their profiles, and try to match that or complement that with your skill sets. The second key thing that you want to make sure that your LinkedIn profile has is a professional headshot. A professional headshot is usually the first thing that employers look at when they come to your profile. So you want to make sure that your headshot is professional. And professional doesn't mean that you need to have it professionally taken. It just needs to follow some key criteria. The first thing that your headshot should be is clear. Make sure that it's not a blurry picture or a filtered picture. Make sure that the background is either clear or a professional setting. Like, you don't want your dog in the background or somebody else in the background cooking or something like that. Also, contrary to popular belief, you don't need a professional to take your professional headshot. An iPhone or a high quality Android would do. Just make sure that your lighting is sufficient. Usually the picture is gonna be from waist up, forward looking, or the nice tilt and smile. That is also okay, but just make sure generally that it's not a selfie or anything inappropriate. Also, for your professional headshot, you want to make sure that you're smiling or you generally look friendly and approachable. You don't want to, have a mean mug or a kissy face or anything like that, because those generally appear more unprofessional and less inviting. Third thing that would help your LinkedIn profile stand out is your headline. Your headline is what employers see as a brief description about who you are on their timeline. I recommend having impactful words that summarize where you are in your job search, in your life, or your status. For example, if you're a student, it is advised that you put that you are a JD candidate if you're a law student, maybe your year 2, or the school that you go to. This will help employers know more about you just by looking at your tagline. If you are a professional in a working field, I recommend that you put your title. And I recommend that you start with the position that you're working with, followed by a comma or a separation indicator and the company that you work for. This will also help employers when searching up your name or when they want to know a little bit more about yourself. It just kind of helps you stand out. I know that it's generally allotted 120 characters for this line, but you really want it to be brief. You'll have more time to explain yourself in your professional summary. The fourth thing that will really help you stand out on LinkedIn is your professional summary. This is key. I always say that this is like an elevator pitch of your LinkedIn profile. In your professional summary, you want to make sure to tailor your professional summary to how you are going to bring value to your industry or the company that you're working with based off of your prior skill sets. Contrary to popular belief, a lot of people think that in this section, you're just supposed to summarize your resume, but that's what your resume is for. It already describes your work experiences. I recommend to go the extra mile and to help recruiters really see how you're different. Briefly describe what values, skills, and assets you can bring to the company that you want to work for, because this will help your profile stand out. It will quickly give recruiters an idea of what you can do for them, how you can improve their company, and it will show how you're going to be compatible with that particular company or agency of your interest. So make sure that you're not just reiterating your past experiences, but you're going the extra mile and tailoring it to your skill sets. One good way to kind of figure out what to do or what to say in this section is to research what other professionals are saying in their section and see how you can apply your skills or what you've done in the past to kind of complement or match that. Obviously, don't plagiarize, but this will kind of give you an idea of what professionals do in your field and what skills they have. Or I also recommend that you research the company that you want to work for and look up their mission statement or a job listing that they have and see what skills they're looking for so that your profile can have those skills so that when they come on your page, they'll see that you have the skills that they're looking for. The fifth way to help your LinkedIn profile stand out is to connect with professionals in your field. A great way to do this is to find the general company that you want to work for and start sending notes to professionals in the field. To send notes, you click on connect, and usually you can't message people you're not connected with. So what I recommend is clicking on more and then clicking on personal invite. And then you'll be brought to this screen and you can type a message to employers based on why you want to connect with them. Such as, I'm a young prospective looking to work in the PR field or the legal field. I see that you have experience in XYZ. I'm happy to connect with you. Usually these professionals are more than happy to connect, and some of them might even have a Zoom coffee meeting with you. So this is a great way to build up your professional network in a specific industry. And for those of you who don't know, your LinkedIn timeline puts content based on what your followers like. So if you're following people in your industry and they like a certain post, they'll appear on your timeline. Similarly, when you're liking posts, you'll appear on their timeline. So it's a way for them to see you more and for you to get more exposure from people who are in your field. After all, these are the people that you want to work with, the people that you want to connect with. And so it's good to just kind of build your network of LinkedIn followers with people who are in your industry and can help you get to where you want to be. The next thing that I recommend is making sure in your experience section that you are finding the company that you previously worked for. When you find the company that you work for, make sure that you're adding it to your experiences so that whenever people are searching for people who have previously worked in the company, your name will come up. And it also makes your profile look a little more professional as opposed to having the standard LinkedIn icons. In place of that would be the logo or the company link from where you worked. That's another way to make your profile look more professional and to stand out. Another thing that I would recommend is a one-sentence summary about the most valuable thing that you did at that internship or that job experience. You want to stay away from passive vocabulary and use more active vocabulary because that will capture the readers' and recruiters' attention and make them more likely to be enthusiastic about what you did and see that, you've actually made a difference in your previous experiences. Seventh thing that would really help your LinkedIn profile stand out is your skills and certifications. Skills and certifications really help you stand out to employers because it shows that you're dedicated to improving or to being of service in your field. And after all, people hire you because you have something to offer or they need your service. So really doing research and finding out what certifications people in your industry have, and what skill sets are necessary for success in your industry, and making sure that you're doing those certifications and including those skills on your LinkedIn profile will really help you stand out. And also, professionals in your field who can attest to your skills can endorse you, and that will also make recruiters more confident in your ability to perform well. The eighth thing that you guys should be aware of when trying to make your LinkedIn profile stand out is to be interactive. The more you interact, the more that you appear on other people's feeds, which gives you more exposure. You want to make sure that your interactions are meaningful. For example, if the company that you're interested in working for posts a new blog or a new article or has a new event, try to be interactive with those posts, because this helps recruiters see that you're interested in what the company is doing, and it will make them more familiar with your name. And after all, increasing your net worth increases your net worth. So you want to make sure that you are being professionally exposed to people in your field and you're interacting with your company of interest, because it will only be to your benefit. The ninth thing that I recommend to make your LinkedIn profile stand out is to give professional updates. For example, if you're in law school and you recently got selected for publication, that is something that employers really care about. And so I would recommend maybe posting a summary of your article and a link to it so that people can easily access it. Or if you got an award or you wrote a very outstanding article that was published in a magazine and you're in a PR field, write about it or have it featured on the feature section of your page so that professionals can see that you're active in your industry, you're credible, and you're making strides for success. And also, this will give you more exposure on the timeline so people will actually see your name attached to some successes in the field, and that will draw recruiters into your profile and help you stand out. 10th and the last thing, and probably one of the most important, is to make sure that you are proofreading your profile and it is free of typos. Your LinkedIn profile is like your living resume, your living portfolio. So you want to make sure that it is free of grammatical errors, that it's free of typos, and that you're really putting your best foot forward. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope that you learned key tips to help your LinkedIn profile stand out. Be sure to comment down below if these tips helped you and your success stories from following these tips. And always remember that you guys can do anything that you put your mind to, because with God, all things are possible. I look forward to seeing you guys next week for another episode of Law and Lifestyle with Chelsea. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe for my weekly Saturday uploads.